Cool. He did. He drank. All right. First, thank you, and thank you for staying late here. Great crowd. Again, Georgetown's Ed Cooley's one of the great coaches too, and Georgetown, that program, he's going to get that thing really going. So nervous, getting ready for this game. I lost a starter too in practice the other day. But these guys really stepped up. We had a great crowd. I thank the crowd. Always, they make a huge difference. Home games are important to us. We got one coming up here too that we got to bounce quickly to. But I like the way we got off 16-4 in the second half. We really came out, and I got to really, he's not up here, but Wolf, unbelievable job on their leading scorer in the first half, challenged him at halftime, and Wolf took on the responsibility of stopping Stiles, who's from North Carolina, a really talented player, and he was having his way with us in the first half. So, we forced them to commit 21 turnovers, which is a lot. These guys played well, all these guys. Andre's been a great leader. Noah's really starting to find himself. Just everyone chipped in. All the guys off the bench gave us some good minutes. Mike in the first half really was outstanding. Derek down the stretch. And I thought we kind of, in the second half, we rebounded with them. They kind of gave it to us in the first half. But great night, good win, and we're on to the next one.
Steve, we talked Saturday about the guards, the learning curve, learning to play with each other. It seemed like they dominated both ends tonight, forcing 21 turnovers for Georgetown. What do you think of the way the guards played?
Really, and those Epps has been lighting people up, and he's a talented guard. And, I really was nervous about their backcourt, and we were down a guy. Austin's been a good player for us and a good defender. So I thought these guys had to log a lot of minutes. I told them that before the game, but I got a ton of confidence. Noah started shooting the ball, too. He's a really good shooter. Derek just keeps on being locked into the scouting report. Mike gives us great energy off the bench. So the guards did a really good job. Andre does what he does. Gavin came in, gave us instant offense. And Wolf, again, down the stretch, guarding people, really, really impressive. So I like these guards. I like these guards a lot. They practice hard the right way. They're good guys, and they watch film. So bodes well for us moving forward.
You mentioned Austin's status. So what is his injury, and where's he at?
Yeah, it's his knee. And so, he didn't practice last few, he's going to have to play it day by day, see where he is. Yeah.
Defensive performance. I guess how encouraging is that to see that, so early in the season?
Yeah, I really thought we, really did a really good job, especially coming out, at halftime. We're getting better. We're getting better in those areas. These guys haven't played a lot together, and, we got a constant, we're just trying to get Austin in the mix, and then he's hurt, and, our best defender in the country is Mawat, and hopefully he's getting closer and closer. But this group has a grit about it. Cliff made some big rebounds, got in foul trouble again, got to keep him out of foul trouble. But, 4 block shots kind of in the paint, patrolling that always helps. But we have a chance to be good, and I think we're an 80-point team. We haven't quite got there yet, but that's kind of where I think we should be, and I think this group will, take that stuff personal. Yeah.
I want to say you threw your 2-2-1 out there after the first make, and you did it periodically through the game with success. Did you think challenging their ball security would be helpful for you? Did you see a possible chink in their armor in that regard?
No. These early games here, you really don't have a lot to go off of. They got really good guards. Brumbaugh, he's really a good guard. He went to Texas. I saw him play a lot in high school. He's crafty. So, no, but we want to mix it up. We got a lot of different things that we can do, and we got good team speed. So, we just felt like it was kind of working, but, the next game maybe it's some other defense. But, no, I like their guards a lot. So it's very nervous them getting in the open court and what have you. But these guys sat down, they guarded. So, tip of the hat.
Steve, obviously you don't want to focus on the downside after a game like that, but you guys did go 5 of 12 from layups and 14 of 24 from the free throw line. What's just something you got to do to clean those up going forward?
Our guys are working at it. Yeah, just got to make them. I'm not too worried about that. Some days they go in, some they don't, and this is a good shooting group, but we got to finish some more plays and give Georgetown credit for that, too. They're physical. They got some big, strong guys, too. Make it hard. for you. But I think we've really made shots at the free throw line when we needed to, and that's a really big bonus for us all year.
Coach, during that second half run, in addition to the offense, defense, I think you held Georgetown to, I think it was 3 of 12 from the field in that opening 10 minutes of the second half. What did you like out of what you saw of your defense during that stretch?
Well, I mean, we really did a good job, and we rebounded. They were hurting us on the glass, on the offensive glass. I think they only had a couple offensive rebounds in the second half. They were hurting us in the first half, so we kind of shored that up a little bit, and we were playing one-stop defense, So, able to get off to 16-4, really good jump in the second half. And we also made some plays offensively, scored a lot of points during that shift. So we were able to convert some of our defenses to, good offense.
Steve, it seems like this might be the last Gavit games ever. I just want to get your overall thoughts on it, and do you want to see it renewed?
I mean, I haven't put much thought into that question. Dave Gavit was a guy I knew personal. I played in the Big East when he was there, legendary, coach. We're still figuring out how many league games we're going to play next year. I mean, scheduling's a constant, headache. And so, we got to kind of figure out what we're doing as a league before you can start jumping into different challenges. We have a lot more teams in our league than the Big East, too, so it really was really a difficult, some years we didn't play, some years we played on the road 9 straight times, it was just kind of crazy. But Dave Gavit, a legend in the game, and certainly, these games are powerful in his memory.
You mentioned that 16-4 run to start the second half. Noah and Andre each hit a 3 to get that going. How good is it to have, 2 veteran guards that can kind of push it forward?
I mean, Andre's been consistent. He's been great. He's been a voice too. These 2 guys are voices, and they have to be. They've been through some. I love them. They were smiling today. Even Andre gives me that look, and he calms me down a little bit. He's getting to be a veteran like that. But to get off, and they got good looks too. And we kind of shared the game. We passed the ball when we needed to. We got it into the rim when we needed to. So whenever you have good veterans, it's a big part of what you're doing while the young guys are trying to figure it out.
Coach, we saw the big story this offseason was kind of the new play style you guys were going to be shifting towards. Felt like tonight we kind of saw the first glimpse of that really clicking. What can you say about that, and what do you expect to see from that the rest of the year?
Actually, I think tonight we scored the least fast break points that we've scored this season. So, but every game has been over 20 points. And, these guys are getting better and better, figuring it out. But we're athletic, and we'll take advantage of that. And they're starting to learn, because you don't want to just run up and down and take bad shots. You need to be poised, and that's part of the process. That's part of the journey with this team. We want to go fast, but then we want to be smart. And we want to, put teams through a lot of different defensive adjustments. So when you just jack up shots quickly, that doesn't force a team to guard, dribble handoffs and guard pin downs and guard post ups. So you got to be really smart. Everyone wants to run up and down, you got to be smart about how you do it. And I think we're watching more and more film. These guys are getting a pretty good feel for what we want to do. And that's the process. That's why I love coaching. Every game, you got to get a little bit better. Every game, you got more film. We did a good job of not turning the ball over today. That had been a problem for us in the first few games. So, they learned from film. They're getting a little bit better. And, I like the way we're playing.
Coach, there was an early stretch in the first half where you got 15 straight points from Jermichael Davis, Gavin Griffiths, your 2 freshmen. Just, why do you think they were able to have such an impact, and what did you see out of that?
I mean, they gave us great energy off the bench. I think energy is always the first thing that you look for. But, they're talented. They're learning how to play hard, and they're learning how to play college basketball too. So, Gavin has a chance to really make shots, and J. Mike is a pest. He causes some havoc, and, he's figuring it out too. And I like it. He's got a good grit about him. So, it's kind of what Derek had to go through last year as a freshman. You got to just learn a lot. You just have to learn and go through the process.
2 more for Coach and Joey and Ryan.
Steve, this was a big week for Rutgers off the court. What was it like for you, watching those letters of intent come in? And I know you've addressed each player individually, But what about collectively? What are your thoughts on this recruiting class?
Well, the other thing is Corso's wife is in labor right now, so our sports information director, I think Scarlet Knight is the name if it's a girl. So Corso's over there. He's boiling water right now. So I hope Chris is doing a good job at home and will take care of your wife. We miss you, all right? And yeah, I mean, I'm excited about obviously the class. Great families. That's what I try to recruit. My assistants did a fantastic job. And I think, these guys all help. Everyone helps. It's Rutgers is top 15 public university in the country, and we play in the best league in the country. And I think we've been able to attract some really good players, so I'm very thankful, that they jumped on board. Great families, kids with tremendous work ethic and potential. And hopefully these guys can teach them. Maybe we can get a couple more years out of you. Put a couple waivers in. Who knows, right, Andre? So we're excited. We're excited. Okay.
Steve, I know you're not big on the recruiting rankings, but to get a kid like Ace Bailey, 5-star forward, top 3 player, a kid that's on NBA draft boards as a one and done, what can that do for this program? Not just in the year or however long he's here, but just the perception of the program nationally.
I mean, first of all, just, thankful, that all of them, they're all going to be really good players. And Ace certainly, is a special talent and a loyal, great family, great work ethic. And, it just shows you where Rutgers is. Okay, so, I think that's important. It's a great academic school. We play in a great league. We sell out. We have great crowds. And, to be able to get a player, like that's going to be fun. They'll really like watching them play. Yeah. And then the last thing is now make sure wrestling, all right, wrestling. We're trying to sell this thing out on Friday. So wrestling's playing Virginia Tech. I will definitely be there. Corso won't be there. He'll be changing diapers. But I will be there, and make sure you guys are there too. Man, we got the best wrestling program in the country, all right? Thank you guys so much for coming, all right? Appreciate it.